I'm going to stay here by myself for a second. Let's see if anybody comes on. I just walked in the door. Like, it's about to completely storm outside, and I just made it in the door. I'm going to show you guys. Hold on a second. I'll show you outside. Show you the clouds until people come on here. Oh, I've got some people on. Hi, guys. Hi, Carolina. Hi, Angie. Hi, Marilyn. How are you guys? Okay, look. Watch this. Well, maybe. Let me see if it'll do it. Hi, Luigi. You see this? Check it out. It's about to storm, which is so great because it's been like 102 degrees. We gotta watch out for Moses because you know Moses. Oh, there's the baby cat. Ooh, you hear that wind? Shut the door, quick! Like Dorothy from the Wizard of Oz. I know, storms are brewing. I just walked in the door. I had a cancellation today, which is really good because I was completely lost. And part of being new to this area is that I've had to use my GPS like a ton. And sometimes I get lost, like way out in the country, which you guys already know this. But I was really lost. I tried to go somewhere without my GPS today, and it was no bueno. Hi, Tamsin. Hi, Tanya. Batten down the hatches. That's right. Just said that. Angie, right. So I just walked in the door. I was really lost out in the country, and I was just driving around thinking, and I wanted to kind of share a couple thoughts with you guys. They're not very fleshed out, but I want to talk about being hungry and sort of like being afraid of being hungry. I don't know. This may be like a singular experience and may just be me and my cuckoo head. Look, this is my hair dry. I know you guys always see me with wet hair. Before I talk about this, I do want to say a couple things. Number one, I know you guys really miss, or there's several of you that miss vlogging in the dark. I'm really sorry. That was my life back then when I used to have to drive into the city in the dark and had to vlog in the dark. So unfortunately, I don't have many opportunities to vlog in the dark. But if I do, I don't want it to be like a contrived thing where I go into my closet and vlog in the dark for you guys. I think that would be really weird. And, I just wanted to say I understand. And those were really fun times. And thank you all. Oh, wait, someone's home. Let's see if he's wearing his dress. Nope, he's not. What you doing? So those were really fun times. Thank you all for being with me, like, for over a year when I drove. Like, you guys kept me company. So thank you so much. Closet vlogging. Yeah, maybe I'll have to start doing vlogging in the closet. I don't know. For Halloween. Okay, Tanya. Tanya, for Halloween, I'll do a vlog in the closet for you. Okay? Okay. So I wanted to talk about that. I also wanted to talk about Patreon. I was really hesitant to put that vlog up yesterday about asking you guys about Patreon. Here's the thing. I'm perfectly happy like dumping, like throwing away lots of material. Like this weekend I vlogged, and it was never a cohesive vlog. I vlogged going to the antique store with my husband and stuff like that. And those are things that I could just throw up somewhere for fun. But if you guys aren't interested, I don't want to waste my time or yours. And so I don't want this to come across as I would do something over there and not put content up over here. I'm not a business, and obviously that's not my objective. It was just a way to I have a lot of stuff on my phone that never makes it. You okay? You just didn't want to say hi. The wind was blowing our what away? Oh yeah, I know. I should have put that down. He just fixed the umbrella. Woo-hoo. Okay, let me move into my office so I don't bother him because he's going into his office. So anyway, I just wanted to say, that's just an optional thing. And I appreciate all of your guys' feedback. You know I listen. So I did 26 hours on the 36-hour fast. For those of you that are asking, I'm not going to call that a fasting failure because for me, that's a long time. And I was really proud of myself for making it that long. But last night I got a little, there's all my cookbooks. I got all, funky and decided to eat dinner. So I was happy with making it for that long. And this morning when I got up, I felt great. It was really weird. Like I didn't feel so good last night. Then I ate, and then I really didn't feel that great. And then this morning, the lighting is going to drive you guys crazy. Here's my wrinkles. Here's my bookcase. So I had plenty of energy all day. Thank you, Luigi. I really did try. And I was at church yesterday, and so Patty, hangry. I was a little hangry last night. So, but I tried. I really did try, and I'm gonna work up to 36 hours. I think as a fasting newbie, I got to get out of this light. That was not a bad attempt, right? Right. So if you have motion sickness, I'm sorry. I'm going to go in the dining room now. We're just going to go all over the house, I guess. So today I was thinking about the fast, and I was driving around, and I was thinking a lot about the Bright Line book that I read over Lent, and sort of that idea of like being afraid of being hungry. And I wanted to share with you guys just a few thoughts on that. When I was in my Weight Watchers meeting, my leader talked a lot about, he eats every 2 hours so that he never gets hungry, so that he doesn't overeat, which to me makes a lot of sense. And I've been really afraid to try like intermittent fasting or low carb or anything like that, because I honestly have been afraid of being hungry, and like afraid that would set me into a tailspin. Tony, right? Okay, so I haven't really ever talked about this, and I haven't read anything really about this, although there was that vlog or quote from the Bright Line eating lady, which I always forget her name. I'm so sorry. She's amazing and has her PhD, and she's not just a lady, but doctor. She was talking about, for obese people and for people who have issues with their weight and food, there's nothing wrong with being hungry. And I remember when she said that, I was like, ma'am, if I get hungry, I'm going to overeat. And I was also kind of going along with this line of thinking of my Weight Watchers leader who eats every 2 hours. So even if he's not hungry, he always has like a snack or something to eat every 2 hours, and that's worked for him. But I think like approaching intermittent fasting and keto, I've been really worried about being hungry. Food. Gosh, there's probably like a lot tied up in there, and I would have to probably sit and like really journal and think about that. But what I have noticed over the last 5 weeks now of changing the way that I'm eating is that I have periods of time where I'm not hungry, and it's freaking me out a little bit. Because I think that I have like so many food issues. I'm like so controlled by my food or something, or I've thought so much about dieting and losing weight, and this has been such a lifelong thing that not being hungry, I don't really know what to do with. So bear with me. This is all just stuff that's like in my head, but I felt great this morning. I was not hungry, and lunchtime came around, and I knew I was going to be out driving all afternoon and seeing clients, and I was so worried about getting hungry. Like, what am I going to do if I get hungry? Do I have snacks? It was like almost like and so I went ahead and preemptively ate lunch, even though I wasn't hungry, which to me seems like, I know all of these keto people that I'm reading and low carb people, and even the Weight Watchers people really talk about don't eat if you're not hungry. which is kind of the antithesis of what my leader was doing, even though that worked for him. Did you guys ever read the Fit for Life? Fit for Life, it was like 20 years ago or 15 years ago. And it was this program of eating like a small amount of protein and a small carb every 3 hours to keep your metabolism going. And now the most recent research says that that's not really very accurate and that increases insulin production. And I don't know, it's debatable out there. But for a long time, that was sort of this idea of you want to keep your metabolism going and you want to keep your blood sugar up, which, you know, if you're diabetic, I'm not talking about you. I'm just talking in general of, I feel like we've gotten so much conflicting information, you guys. Like, there's just so much conflicting information. And there's a reason why we have an obesity epidemic. And it's like, okay, is it because of all the conflicting information? I saw a funny meme today that said, if you want to gain weight, go on a diet. And I just died laughing because I was like, that's so true, you know? How many times have I gone on a diet and then lost some weight and then gained a lot of weight back, you know, more than what I lost? And so I just wanted to talk a little bit about, you know, this idea of it's okay to be hungry. And I know, like, in our church we talk a lot about that, and it's okay to feel hunger, and it should call you to like prayer and contemplation. And so there's that spiritual side of it, but then also like listening to our hunger cues, and if you're not hungry, not eating. And like I think about all of the snacks that I've had at night and all the times I've eaten dessert even though I wasn't really hungry. And I really like the idea of intuitive eating, but I don't quite know how to do that without not having cravings, if that makes sense. So Tamsin says diet does have the word die in it. That's right. Lifestyle change, Tamsin, for sure. Jeannie says, we do not fear hunger, but we fear the loss of control when being hungry. Jeannie, I think that that's a central part of the whole thing, is that when you're hungry, you do have this sort of like out of control feeling, or maybe you, am I cutting out? Can you guys still see me? Let me know. Give me a thumbs up if you can still see me, because we have a storm outside. And this isn't always the most reliable way of vlogging. Thanks, guys. Okay, so it looks like I'm still on. It said reconnecting, but I just wanted to kind of put that out there. And are you afraid of being hungry? What does that mean? I know a lot of this is instinctual as well, because especially as women, like, we carry fat on us for a reason, right? And we have all these hormones and everything. And so if you think about survival, there's a reason. I think I read somewhere that women, we have more of the like hunger producing hormone. Like, we actually feel hungrier than men, which is like so not fair. But yesterday when I was fasting, I was not hungry all day until I hit the end of the day, and I had been fasting since the previous day. And it was very, very different than when I have fasted during like Lent and Nativity, because you eat a lot of really carby stuff during those times. And so you're very, very physically hungry. So this was very different for me. And I felt myself like concerned, like, oh, well, I'm fasting. So what do I do if I get hungry? Like, you know, I don't really know. And when am I supposed to eat again? And oh yeah, this is when I'm going to eat again. And I felt like I had a lot of sort of thoughts and talk circulating in my head about the whole thing. And I wouldn't say it was necessarily a peaceful experience. It was, for my first prolonged fast like that on keto, it was strange because it didn't have that centrifugal force of prayer. It was different. It was fasting for like weight loss, and I don't know. So complicated, you guys. It's so. I make everything so complicated, don't I? My husband thinks that I overthink everything, and I really do. DJ says that you were listening to a podcast, Losing 100 Pounds this morning, and she was touching on this, waiting for actual hunger. Oh, I'll have to listen to that. Um, yeah, it's a developed sense of awareness that is underdeveloped in me. This sort of like being quiet and at peace when I don't know when my next meal is or something. Does that make sense? Am I making any sense? I don't feel like I am, but it's like that. Why do I have to even think about it if I'm not hungry? My husband, if he's not hungry, he doesn't think about it. So, yeah, there's something there that probably requires a lot more processing on my part. And I just like to, I like to brain dump here on my channel. Her point was, okay, hold on, DJ. So you're saying her point was that we say we don't want to obsess over food, but making yourself eat every 2 hours makes your whole day revolve around food. Yes. And that's what I'm reading a lot about in terms of just limiting yourself to those 3 meals a day, or people that are doing 2 meals a day, is that you're not constantly thinking about food. And one thing that was happening to me on WW is that I was always thinking about it, and I was hungry a lot. And then I wasn't hungry not a lot, but I had points, and so I was eating them. Does that make sense? So for me, it just was not working well. But a lot of people function very well with that system, and they do fine on it. This is more just about kind of where I'm at with the whole thing, and a little bit more self-awareness. So you guys, thanks for listening. I feel like this is kind of almost like my online journal about this whole thing, and it helps me to process. And I was driving around and I was like, oh, I really want to talk to them about this, but I was lost, and it's not safe to be doing all that when I'm lost and trying to figure out where I'm at. So I was like, okay, when I get home, I'm going to go talk to my friends about this, because maybe they'll understand and have some clarity. But I will tell you, like right now, I'm not hungry, and I've only had like one serving of, at lunchtime when I wasn't even hungry then, but I ate. I had a serving of white chicken enchiladas that I made. I'll find the recipe and post it down below. It was really, really good. But it's so weird because it's getting closer to dinner time and I'm not hungry. And my Amy is saying, what are we gonna do for dinner? Well, I'm not really hungry. Well, what do you want to have for dinner? Well, but I'm not really hungry. Okay, but are you going to eat anyway? Like, it's this question. It's a big question mark in my head. So let me know what you all think. Again, the Patreon thing, thank you all for your feedback on that. And for now, I'm just going to like throw that extra stuff out. It's not a big deal. I was just trying to be creative with it and I'm thinking about ways to save money and make money for Judah and his wedding. And so I was like, oh, maybe, that would be kind of a fun way to do it. But I'm in no way a business over here. And it's just a fun thought. I saw somebody else doing it and I thought it would be fun. But thanks for supporting me. Thanks for listening. If you like this video, if you like my content, give me a thumbs up on the video. And if you're new to my channel, thanks for watching. My name's Amy. I'm a nurse. I'm a crazy redheaded nurse. This is my hair dry, guys. Did I already say that? Have you seen my hair dry? In a long time. Let's see what some of you guys are saying. Thanks, Tony, for the heart. I really appreciate it. Lisa and Norm. Hi, Lisa and Norm. I'm glad you caught me live. That's fun. This was impromptu. My lives are often impromptu because my life is kind of impromptu, so I just kind of pop on here. I try to come on live on Saturdays, but it doesn't always happen. So just FYI. Jeannie, yes, boredom eating for sure. Yep. Hi, Veronica. Good to see you. I'm glad that you put your name on there, Veronica. Because I'm always like, what is her name again? Vicky, Veronica? I can't remember. I'm going to say hi to a couple of you guys. Hi, Joe Collins. Hi, Donna McNeely. Thanks for hanging out with me for a little bit. Tanya says she's reading a funny, supportive book about this issue. The author is Caroline Dooner. The book is called The Blanket Diet. Yes, somebody else recommended, Tanya, which one of you guys recommended this to me? Yes, I've heard that this is a good book. I was going to look it up and I haven't yet. So Tamsin says, do you think maybe we were missing certain nutrients and our body is craving those nutrients? I don't know. It's very possible. But thanks, guys, for your feedback. I appreciate it. Let me know what you're doing today in terms of whatever eating lifestyle program you are on. However you're eating, I would love to hear about it and how it's working for you. I have a lot of people on my channel that have had great success with multiple different things. And I just really believe at this point that you have to find the thing that works for you and just work the crap out of it, honestly. It is a work, it is a process. A lot of the process is up here, and I am by no means an expert. I'm just somebody that kind of wants to come on here and chat. I do want to say I have a couple of diabetics on here that your doctors have told you not to do keto. And I really want to decide whether it's Noom, it's Weight Watchers, it's Jenny Craig, it's, keto, it's low carb, it's Atkins. Please check with your healthcare provider. And if they told you, not to do something, they have a really good reason for that. And do everything in conjunction with your healthcare provider, especially if you have a medical condition. Diabetes, hypertension, heart disease, like those sorts of things, cancer, those are all things that you really need to talk to your doctor before you start doing something like this. Okay, that's all I have to say. Bye. Have a good night. Stay in orbit. Yes, lots of research. Tanya, the research is very, very helpful. So I would definitely recommend, if you're thinking about changing your lifestyle and going keto, there's a lot to read out there, and definitely find some good mentors and some good YouTube channels. I like Dr. Berg, Dr. Barry, I like Thomas DeLauer, and then I'm really into Kim's Commitment, Keto Connect, Keto Rewind, Shelly's Home Life. Who else? Oh, Keto Ginger. Those are all great channels to check out if you're interested in keto, to get some ideas. Okay? Talk to you later. Bye.